what if the entire universe, everything, from the very first atom to the complexity of life itself, wasn't just an accident? What if it was all built from a single, surprisingly simple principle, a kind of hidden blueprint written in the language of vibration? And this right here, this image gets to the heart of it all. On one side, you've got a simple vibration, a pattern, and on the other, the incredibly complex double helix of DNA. The theory we're digging into today suggests there's a direct line connecting them, a single cosmic story of evolution.
So, to even understand how that's possible, we have to start with the most basic ingredient in this whole cosmic recipe, the idea that at its core, everything is just vibration.
Now, the key to unlocking this is a really fascinating field called cymatics, and all it is really is a way of making vibrations visible. Imagine you have a metal plate and you cover it with sand. If you play a sound through it, the sand doesn't just shake around chaotically. It actually arranges itself into these beautiful, intricate geometric patterns, and those patterns change with the frequency. You are literally seeing the shape of sound. And this reveals a simple but really profound rule. You change the vibration, you change the physical form. A low frequency might give you a simple circle, right? But a higher frequency creates a much more complex, intricate shape. This single principle is the key to understanding how the universe could have literally built itself from the ground up.
Okay, but that's a huge leap, isn't it? Going from some sand on a plate to stars, galaxies, and, well, us. To bridge that gap, we have to take this exact same idea and apply it to the biggest vibration of all time, the Big Bang.
All right, let's go all the way back to the beginning. Right after the Big Bang, the universe was just this sea of pure energy. Light waves of all kinds of frequencies just expanding out in every direction. But this actually creates a huge puzzle. Think about it for a second. If everything is just flying away from one central point, like shrapnel from an explosion, all those pieces should just get farther and farther apart forever. They should never get a chance to collide and build anything. And for matter to form, these waves had to interact. So, how did they?
Well, our source material offers a really powerful analogy. The Big Bang wasn't just a simple, neat explosion outwards. It was more like a cosmic mushroom cloud. In physics, this connects to the idea of quantum fluctuation, these tiny, random ripples in energy that made the expanding universe kind of fold back on itself, creating this massive turbulent swirl. And that swirl, that is the secret ingredient. It's what allowed the waves of light to do more than just expand. They could now tangle up, interfere with each other, and collide. This was the primordial mosh pit, where the building blocks of our universe could finally start to get together.
So, with all these waves now able to interact, the universe basically became a cosmic forge. Let's walk through the incredible four-step process of how these simple light waves could have hammered themselves into the very first atoms.
So here's how it might have gone down. First, to get two powerful light waves colliding, creating these little hotspots of just immense energy. These hotspots then start acting like tiny microscopic black holes, pulling in all the surrounding waves. But, and here's the twist, some of them don't fully collapse. They fail and instead form these stable, spinning whirlpools of energy, an eye of the storm. Then comes the grand finale, the hammer effect, where two even more powerful waves slam into this vortex from opposite sides. And the results of that cosmic hammer blow is the birth of an atom. The crazy intense energy right at the point of impact forges the protons and neutrons of the nucleus. And all the shattered debris from that impact gets caught in the whirlpool spin, becoming the orbiting electrons. In one powerful, violent moment, the very first matter is created.
What's really cool is that this model also gives a pretty neat explanation for a major feature of our universe. Why is about 75% of all the elemental mass out there hydrogen, the simplest atom? Well, it's because the simpler, lower-frequency waves needed to make it just had a much, much higher chance of running into each other in that cosmic swirl than the super-complex, high-frequency waves needed for the heavier stuff. So, okay, we've got matter, we have atoms. Awesome. But the story doesn't stop there, not even close. How does this same fundamental process, this same cosmic blueprint, make that incredible leap from a simple atom to the mind-boggling complexity of life? The answer, according to this theory, is in what you could call a dimensional shift, the creation of matter from energy in space-time, what we typically think of as the fourth dimension. That was just the beginning. To get to life, the universe needed a whole new set of rules, a new operating system, the fifth dimension.
Let's just break that down a bit.
In the fourth dimension, you've got space-time and wave collisions, and they make atoms. But in the fifth, the key ingredients are different. It's frequency, memory, and temperature. And they come together to create DNA. But what on earth does that actually mean?
Well, here's the core idea. A living thing isn't just a random pile of atoms. It's a system that's specifically designed to record and respond to the frequencies in its environment, and then turn those vibrations into a stable physical structure.
And here is the final, crucial piece of the puzzle: temperature. Just like you can use heat in a kiln to set the shape of clay, the constant thermal energy in an environment provides a stable frequency. And that frequency fixes these complex vibrational patterns, locking them into the physical structure of DNA over time.
And that brings us right back to where we started. That pattern created by vibration isn't just a neat analogy for life. In this view, it is the blueprint. The very same process that forged atoms in the chaos of space evolved. It moved into a new dimension to write the code of life itself. A single story, from a simple wave to complex DNA.
It's a pretty staggering idea, right? A single, elegant principle of vibration, just evolving and building on itself. It suggests a clear direction. The universe built matter, and then it built life. Which leaves us with one last, really fascinating question to think about. If that's the pattern, what's the next dimension this cosmic blueprint is trying to build?